Hello friends, myself Dr. Nidhi Darbari in My Education Treasure. In my previous video on demonstration skill of micro teaching, I had discussed about the aims, steps and components of demonstration skill of micro teaching. Today, in my present video, I am going to tell you about the observation schedule, evaluation sheet, and micro lesson plan of demonstration skill of micro teaching. First of all, we will discuss about the observation schedule of discussion skill in micro teaching. In the pattern of observation schedule, first of all, you have to write the name of the student teacher. After that, class, date, subject, topic, period, duration has to be written. Lastly, you have to write the name of the supervisor. After you have written the above preliminaries, you have to write the instructions. The first instruction you have to write is the performance and indicate it by encircling the letter. The legend for the observation schedule is A means 95% to 100% correct use of the component. B means 85 to 94% correct use of the component. C means 75 to 84% correct use of the component. D means 65 to 74% correct use of the component. And E means below 65% correct use of the component. After this, the observation schedule will be divided into 5 columns. In the first column, the serial number will be written. In the second column, the components of demonstration skill in micro teaching will be written. The components of demonstration skill of micro teaching are clear objectives, appropriate topic, concept, ideas and teaching points, adequacy of manipulative skill, sequence order of presentation, creation of appropriate situation, generalization, students' participation, blackboard usage, and gestures of the teacher. In the next column, frequencies will be written, which will be further divided into 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. After that, in the fourth column, grading will be done. After the observation schedule for demonstration skill in micro teaching, the next is the evaluation sheet. On the basis of evaluation sheet, a decision is taken regarding the teaching and reteaching. In this, a 7-point scale is prepared bearing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 for recording which component of the skill have been used frequently. Marking 0 means that the component of the skill was completely absent in the process of teaching. Marking 1, 2, 3, 4 means that the component is normal in the skill of micro teaching. Similarly, 5, 6, 7 depicts the maximum presence of the respective component in the process of teaching. In the pattern of evaluation sheet in demonstration skill, first of all, the name of the student teacher will be written. After that, class, subject, topic, period and duration will be written. Lastly, the name of the supervisor will have to be mentioned. After the preliminaries have been mentioned, the evaluation sheet will be divided into 5 columns. In the first column, the serial number will be written. In the second column, the components of demonstration skill of micro teaching will be written. The component of demonstration skill of micro teaching are clear objectives, appropriate topic, concept, ideas and teaching points, adequacy of manipulative skill, sequence order of presentation, creation of appropriate situation, generalization, student participation, blackboard usage, gestures of the teacher. The next 3 columns will consist of frequencies indicating minimum, normal and maximum. 1 or 2 frequencies will be minimum, 3, 4, 5 will be normal, and 6 and 7 will be marked as maximum. Now we will come to the micro plan of demonstration skill in micro teaching. First of all, we will write the name of the student teacher, then class will be written. After that, date, subject, that is science, and topic, Archimedes principle, will have to be written. In the end, the name of the supervisor will be mentioned. After the preliminaries have been mentioned, the teacher narrates an interesting story of Eureka Eureka to the students. Archimedes was a Greek scientist in Syracuse. The king of Syracuse wanted to wear a golden crown. He gave gold to goldsmith to make a crown. After a few days, the goldsmith brought the finished crown to the king. The crown was weighed. The weight of the crown was equal to the gold given to the goldsmith. The king suspected the goldsmith to have stolen gold. He wanted to find out how much gold has been stolen. Archimedes thought about the problem. One day, Archimedes was about to have his bath. He did not notice the bathtub full of water to the brim. He slid into the bathtub. Immediately, a large quantity of water flowed over the brim of the bathtub. He noticed this and his brain wave worked. He jumped out of the bathtub shouting, "Eureka, Eureka," means I have found it. Using the basic knowledge, Archimedes worked out a plan to find out the purity of the crown. He took 2 bowls filled with water to the brim. Then he placed each bowl separately in the middle of the large vessel. He placed the crown in one bowl. Water overflowed and collected at the bottom of the outer vessel. Then he took a cube of pure gold. This cube of gold was equal in weight to the crown. He kept this gold cube in the middle of the second bowl. Here also water overflowed. Water was collected at the bottom of the outer bowl. Archimedes then measured the quantity of wet water in the 2 vessels. He found out the difference in the water overflowed. The crown had sent out more water. The cube of gold had sent out less water. But both the crown and the gold cube were of the same weight, so they should have sent out the same quantity of water. Therefore, the crown had some other metals mixed in it. These metals took more space in the water than pure gold. Archimedes reported this finding to the king. The king demanded the truth from the goldsmith, who confessed that he had stolen some gold and added other metals. Today, I will demonstrate this to you, students. After the narration of the story, the lesson plan will be divided into 4 columns. In the first column, serial number will be written. In the second column, the teacher activity will come. In the third column, student activity will be written, and in the last column, the components of the demonstration skill will be mentioned. After this, the teacher will ask the student, "Does anyone know how to swim?" One student will answer that he knows how to swim. Then the teacher will ask that student how he felt in water. The student will answer that he has lost weight, it appears. The component used is creation of appropriate situation. Then the teacher will say that today we will study the process and prove Archimedes' principle by demonstration. The students will listen attentively and become active. The component used is appropriate topic, concept, ideas and teaching points. Then the teacher will show the chart of Archimedes' principle stating that anybody completely or partially submerged in a fluid liquid or gas at rest is acted upon by an upward force, the magnitude of which is equal to the weight of fluid displaced by the body. The students will listen attentively. The component used is appropriate topic, concept, ideas, and teaching points. The teacher will then ask a girl to name the apparatus required for the experiment from the chart. The students will listen attentively and become active. The component used is sequence of presentation. Now, the teacher will explain the process. First, we weigh the stone in air. Then we take a vessel and weigh it. We will put all the stone in water and note down the weight. We will collect the overflowed water and weight it, and then we will verify the results. The student will observe the experiment done by the teacher. The component used is sequence of presentation. Then the teacher will ask one boy student to come in front and ask him to weigh the stone using the spring balance and ask him to read the reading. The boy student will read aloud that it is 1 gram. After that, the teacher will take an empty jar and ask the student to weigh it. The student will read aloud the reading, that is 2 grams. Then the teacher asks the student to immerse the stone in water by means of a thread and ask to read its weight. The teacher will ask to read its weight. Then the student will answer that it is 3 grams. The component used is adequate manipulative skills. The teacher will ask the student to weigh the overflowed water along with the vessel. The student will answer that the weight is 4 gram. The component used is blackboard usage. Then the teacher asks which weight is more in air or weight in water. The student will answer that it appears to lose weight. The component used is appropriate topic, concept, and ideas. Then the teacher asks how much weight does it lose. The student will answer that W1 minus W3. The component used is sequence of presentation. Then the teacher will ask the question, what is the weight of empty vessel? The student will answer that it is W2. After this, the teacher will ask the student the question, what is the weight of water? The student will answer that the weight of water is W4. Then the teacher will ask the question, what is the weight of water alone? The student will answer that W4 minus W2 is the weight of water. The component used is blackboard usage. After this, the teacher will ask the students to compare the results of W1 minus W3 and W4 minus W2. And what is your inference? The students will answer that they are equal. The component used is generalization. If you found the video to be informative and interesting, I request you all to please give a like to my video to motivate me, share it with others, and subscribe it so that whenever I upload a new video, you will get a notification. The teacher will conclude that the weight appears to be lost when immersed in water is equal to the overflowed water which is displaced by stone. The component used is generalization. The teacher will end the class by saying that today we discussed about the Archimedes principle and say that it seems that they have understood the Archimedes principle, and lastly say thank you class. Thank you very much for patiently watching the video, and don't forget to subscribe.